Lauren, and this is my first ever booktube video about the books that I'm hoping to read in June, my TBR books to read in June. So I'm going to start with the books that I'm reading for my book clubs. I run two book clubs, one at my place of work where we're all physically there, and another over Facebook with some friends. So I'll start with my physical book club, and we are going to be reading We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I don't know much about the actual storyline of the book. What I do know is that it won Goodreads Young Adult Fiction 2014 award last year. I think it's about privileged family that go on holiday to an island, and then there's some sort of drama going on at the same time. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've heard really good things. It's very, very short. It's 225 pages, so that's not going to take me long to read at all. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. My other book club, the book club that I'm doing over Facebook with my friends, we are reading The Humans by Matt Haig. Again, this is something that I've heard loads of good things about. A few people have recommended it to me. This is a short book. I've heard it's a very easy read. So really looking forward to reading that. I'm hoping to get a big crowd reading it for the online book club this month. It's a quick, easy read, and I'm really, really looking forward to reading that. One more thing to do with book club before I start on my actual books and my library books is that we read, on the first ever online book club I did, we read Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Absolutely loved it. My favourite book of the year, one of my top 5 books of all time. So heart-rending, beautiful, lovely story, lovely characters, lovely ending. But this copy, which I didn't have at the time, this is my boyfriend's mum's copy, has a bonus chapter, a Julian chapter, about the sort of the bully character in it. So I'm really looking forward to getting around to reading that at some point as well, because I've read the book, I want to read the bonus. So they're my 3 book club books. Then I've got some books that I've bought this month, some books that I got for Christmas that I still haven't got around to reading, and one which I'll start with, which is one of the Penguin Modern Classics little 80p books that I must get around to reading. I bought it a few months ago and I've got no excuses. It's 55 pages, and some of these pages are drawings anyway, so I really need to get around to reading that. Charles Dickens, Great Wingleby Jewel. Haven't ever heard of the Great Winglebury Jewel before, so looking forward to finding out what that's like, because I love Charles Dickens and I just find him so funny. So next, staying with the classics themes, I got both of these for Christmas, the Penguin cloth bound classics. I collect them and they're absolutely beautiful, as you can see, beautifully bound, lovely colours. This is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. My sister bought this, and this is Lady Chatterley Lover by D.H. Lawrence, which my boyfriend's mum bought me. I'm going to read one of these this month. I'm not sure which one. I've read Frankenstein a couple of times before, really loved it, and there's a film coming out this year, so I obviously want to read that before the film comes out. And Lady Chatterley's Lover, which I've never read, but I've heard it's a bit rude, so wouldn't mind giving that a go. Not sure which one I'm going to read this month, but one of them I'm going to read. My next book is The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. My boyfriend bought this for me at the beginning of the month, so I'm going to read this at some point today. Not today, some point this month. It's a Richard and Judy book club recommendation, and they always recommend really good books, and if I'm ever stuck for anything to read, which does happen sometimes, even though I've always got a really big backlog, I always have a look at their past recommendations, because they've got, one of my friends put it really well, is that they've got a really good way of sort of like getting you into a genre without it being like forced on you, like they do like easy read crime novels, and then you can find out if you like the genre of crime and things like that. I'm not sure what sort of genre this is. I've heard it's set in Amsterdam, and it's about a miniature house that somebody has, and that's all I know. So my friends read it, said it's really good, so I'm looking forward to that. Next one I bought, I had a bit of a spending spree on Amazon, is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I read this when I was in year 9 at school, many, many years ago, and really enjoyed reading it then, and I'm looking forward to reading it again. I remember it's about two groups, a bit West Side Story without the la-di-das, I think, so the socks and the greasers, so really looking forward to reading that again and finding out if I enjoy it as much now as I did then. My second to last book that I bought myself is David Levithan's How They Met and Other Stories. So this is short stories by David Levithan. If you like John Green, if you like young adult fiction, you're going to love David Levithan. I read Every Day last month and I read it in like a day. I really, really enjoyed it. Really easy read. So I'm hoping that this is just as good as Every Day, and I love short stories, and I think this is a really good book and I'm really looking forward to it. They're all about love, so I'm looking forward to that. My last book I bought myself, which I'm super excited about, is Reading the World, Confessions of a Literary Explorer by Anne Morgan. So this is about a girl who was watching the Olympics and thought, look at all these diverse cultures, how wonderful everything is. I wonder what it would be like to read a book from every single country that competed in the Olympics 2012. So she went and did that, and she read 196 books. Some obviously were easy to come by, USA, England, United Kingdom or Great Britain, and others were harder. Some countries didn't have things translated into English, so it was really hard to come by. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. I don't read much non-fiction, so this I'm really, really excited about, and I hope it's as good as I'm expecting it to be. That's all the books I've bought. Now I went to the library yesterday and got 5 books out from the library. Really excited to read all of these. The first one I'm going to read, because it's already got a reservation on, is A God in Every Stone by Kamila Shamsie. This, I don't know anything about the storyline or anything. All I know is that it was nominated for the Women's Literary Prize for Fiction this year. I've read The Bees by Lane Paul, which was another nomination, which we read in Online Book Club actually, which was enjoyed. And so I'm looking forward to reading that, and I've got to read that first because it's due back to the library because so many people want it. So looking forward to that. My next book I got from the library is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I've just read a Rainbow Rowell book, Landline, which was okay. I was expecting it to be a bit more, I don't want to say a bit more grown up, because I know it's sort of like young adult, just peeking into adult fiction, but there was things of it that I was a bit like, oh, it's a bit easy. So I've given it another go because I've heard Attachments is really good. I've also got Eleanor and Park to read at some point, which I've heard is like young adult, so I'm not going to expect much more from that. So I'm looking forward to reading this, and it's about 2 girls who work in the same place who are emailing each other, and the IT guy who's reading in on their emails falls in love with one of them. So that'll be a nice, easy read. Another book I've got out, which is a lovely, lovely book, is Boy Snowbird by Helen Oyeyemi. I think this is an adaptation of the story of Snow White. I can't be certain, but I think it is. There's a lot of hype around it at the moment, and I'm looking forward to getting into that. Second to last library book is Patrick Ness, More Than This. I would always go for a paperback book. I just find reading paperback so much easier. I'm lazy, I don't like holding things up. But I thought this was really cool because of the little door in the front. So I've got a hardback just for that reason. Patrick Ness I've been recommended because I like John Green and I like things like that, so I've been told that he's the next person to go to once you've read all your John Greens. So looking forward to reading that. He's got a few young adult and actual fiction books out, so I'm looking forward to getting into him and hoping that I enjoy him as much as I enjoy Gone Read. My last book, which I'm really, really excited about, so I've never read any graphic novels in my entire life, and I keep hearing so much hype about them and how wonderful they are, and whenever I've looked for them, they always seem to be comic-y and about X-Men, which I like and everything, but I don't think I'd be that interested in reading a book about the X-Men. So I heard about a graphic novel called The Encyclopedia of Early Earth by Isabel Greenberg, and I was going to buy it for myself, and I was just in the library yesterday and I saw that they had it. So this is The Encyclopedia of Early Earth by Isabel Greenberg, and I've read the sort of first few pages and I love it already. It's so cool. It's got really, really good graphics and it's a really cute story. So far the story's gone, I won't be giving any spoilers away here, but it starts off with 2 people who fall in love with each other but can't come within 2 feet of each other. They're Eskimos and they get married, and then it's just that they can only tell each other stories, so when they go to bed of an evening they tell each other stories. So I think that's what the book's going to be about, all the stories that they're telling each other. But I'm so excited to start it. I've really been enjoying it so far, and I'm hoping that this will be the first of many graphic novels that I enjoy reading. If anyone's read any graphic novels, even comic-y ones. I'd be interested to hear what ones you'd recommend, because I really want to get into graphic novels this year. So if you could comment below, I would love that. So that's it. That's my to be read pile in June. There's 15 books there. I normally manage about 10. So obviously one's a graphic novel, so that's a bit shorter. One's very, very small, the Penguin Classic. So I might be able to manage all of them. So I'm hoping to manage about 10 of those, and I'm really looking forward to reading them. If you've read any of these books, if you think I'd like any of the books based on what I've shown you today, then please comment below and let me know. And just let me know how I'm getting on, because this is my first ever BookTube video and I really want to make a good go of this. Cheers, bye! Oh, say hello, my name's Minnie. Hello, my name's
Get off
Minnie.
of me.
Oh, what's that?
You'll sit for the camera.